really know why I'm writing this. The last few days have been so bizarre that I just figured, it might be a good idea just in case I never make it out. I've been trapped in IKEA for almost a week. I haven't seen another person the entire time I've been here. I thought it was a prank at first. Turn the place into a maze, get all the people out and see how long it takes me to get lost, then everybody has a good old laugh. I realized that wasn't the case when I tried to backtrack. Everything had changed, so I ended up lost. Instead of the exit, it was just row after row of bookcases. I have no clue what is going on. There's this place I found near the buffet which at least has food and water, but well, I'm no closer to getting out. Tomorrow I'll just pick a direction and walk for as long as I can. Wish me luck. It's been 2 months now. I found others. People, I mean. There's a large settlement in here they call Exchange. Everything considered, it isn't too bad. They're self-sustaining, have pretty much everything one could need. Even this big wall around the whole thing to stop these things out there. It's scary how quickly I'm getting used to it here. The settlement is a bust. The attack last night was too much. We killed hundreds, but they just kept coming. Tonight I'll set off in search of an exit. I know for a fact some have made it out, and at this point, I feel like I don't have much to lose. I'm only writing this for a sense of closure, I guess. For me, or for anyone who finds this. If this is the final entry here, I hope whoever is reading this is doing so from the outside of this place. My biggest fear, if I do die tonight, I hope I don't wake up here again in the morning. At exactly 37 minutes past midnight, the human male author of this journal exited SCP-3008, only to unfortunately die moments later during Incident 3008-1. This was one of the total of 14 individuals who have managed to escape SCP-3008 ever since it was contained by the Foundation. A fascinating SCP that will be the topic of today's video. I'll tell you everything the Foundation tells us about it, including appearance, characteristics, and any additional interesting details so you know what to do should your furniture shopping trip ever turn into a nightmare. So without any further ado, grab a plate of meatballs, follow the arrows, and let's go. On the surface, SCP-3008 is exactly what it sounds like. A large retail unit which was previously owned by the brand IKEA, located at... Now looking at this place from most angles could easily lead you to believe we're looking at an ordinary warehouse. However, should you enter through its main door, things will quickly go weird. As soon as you're far away enough not to see the door anymore, you've successfully entered SCP-3008 and are unfortunately trapped. Even should you retrace your steps back perfectly, the exit would no longer be there. At this point, you won't have much of a choice but to go out and explore. And explore you shall, since scans by the Foundations have revealed that the inner area of this Euclid building is at minimum 10 kilometers squared, but could in fact even be infinite, with no discernible borders. As you explore, you might start to observe certain characteristics of the space you're in. First, SCP-3008 has a day-night cycle, where all lights go out at 10 PM and come back on at 9 in the morning. As noted inside a journal of one of the survivors, due to the building's sheer size, it might even develop small weather patterns on its own, such as temperature changes. Additionally, areas such as the cafeteria seem to always have a fresh supplies of warm food, even with seemingly no one there to cook them. Now, even though at this point you might feel at a loss regarding what to do, don't despair. You're not alone here. No, in fact, there is a considerable number of individuals who have gotten trapped inside before you that you can run into. Some of those have been in for years and have gone as far as to construct rudimentary settlements and outposts, with the most notable one being perhaps the journal entry of Exchange, a larger settlement within the exchange and returns area of the store, surrounded by large walls for defense. So what are they trying to defend themselves against? Well, as it happens, these humans aren't the only inhabitants of SCP-3008. Just like every proper store, this IKEA needs employees, which come in the form of SCP-3008-2. These humanoid creatures can be found wandering around the store at random, their limbs disproportionate and inconsistent, lacking any sort of facial features and sporting attire in IKEA's signature colors. More than just bizarre, one of the survivors' journal entries describes them as being mostly or entirely made out of skin-like material all the way through. These entities are passive during the day, however, they will quickly turn hostile at night or when attacked, tracking down any trespassers, human or animal, with the intent to kill. Curiously enough, while in their murderous rage, they will continue to speak with an eerily calm voice, asking and demanding that customers please exit the building. Luckily for you, they can be killed about as well as if they were human, though they don't bleed and also don't seem to rot after death either. It is extremely important to move any dead instances of SCP-3008-2 away from human settlements, since other creatures of their kind are somehow attracted to them, which was one of the reasons for the eventual demise of Exchange. Now if you, just like the author of the journal mentioned at the start, decide to go look for an exit, well, best of luck, since they are always shifting around, seemingly never in one spot for a long time, and making finding them within such a large area almost impossible. Should you be able to find it, however, you will be able to exit this SCP, after which you will be immediately apprehended by the Foundation, interviewed, and administered amnesia-inducing medication. Just make sure to not let your guard down, or else you might end up like our untimely journal survivor, who got mauled and killed by an instance of SCP-3008-2 10 seconds after emerging from the building. I wouldn't worry too much, however, if I were you. This creature was immediately terminated, and as of right now, SCP-3008 remains guarded by the Foundation, with all the roads leading to it being redirected elsewhere, so the chances of you running into it during one of your shopping sprees are pretty low. But that brings us to the end of the video, so I hope you guys enjoyed and have learned at least something new about the fascinating world of the SCP Foundation. If you enjoyed the video, maybe consider leaving a like, commenting, or subscribing. All of those would be very much appreciated. And if there's something I missed or another creature like this you would like me to cover, make sure to leave that down in the comments as well. I would very much like to read it. Now with that, I want to wish you all a beautiful rest of the day, and I'll see you in whatever next video I make. Bye bye.